Let's turn now to a story about two women making history at sports' highest level on this International Women's Day. Ng and Caroline OConnor are executives with baseball's Miami Marlins. This is the first time any major men's franchise has had women serving as general manager and president at the same time. CBS Saturday Morning co-host Dana Jacobson caught up with the duo as the new season was getting started at spring training.
A familiar sight in America's pastime. But at this batting practice, there's something new.
These young girls, young women who see us, I think it's really inspirational for them, and I think it shows them that sky's the limit.
Miami Marlins GM Ng and President of Business Operations Caroline OConnor shattering a glass ceiling in sports together.
Everybody wants to win. There's no doubt. That comes first. I know that. But diversity must matter to people outgoing as well.
It does. It matters. You know, it's a kind of brand that people want to be associated with.
Two women leading both the business and sports side of a major men's franchise for the first time in history.
I firmly believe the reason Kim and I are here is because we're both very hard workers, and that's our tendency.
They're part of an industry that lags others in gender representation. A 2022 report, which gave Major League Baseball a C+ for gender hiring, showed women held less than a third of league central office jobs. But overall last season saw improvements, with 33 women in major and minor league coaching roles, the most in history. Ng, now in her third season as general manager, knows representation matters.
Prior to my getting here, they had 3 women apply for analytics internship out of 300. After I was hired that next year, it went up to 30.
Would we be here if not for Title IX?
Not in my mind, not at all. But it had to happen. Things like that have to happen in order for there to be change.
The opening game of the World Series.
And when changing a game as old as baseball, there can be growing pains.
Right field.
Is it different when a woman's in charge versus when a man's in charge?
Yeah, the leader takes a lot more crap. It just takes longer,
Right.
I think, for a woman as a leader
You're right.
to earn the respect that a lot of times for a guy is just given.
OConnor, a multi-sport athlete in high school, came from a business background and joined the Marlins in 2017. She rose through the ranks and last year became just the second woman to serve as president of a major league team.
Do you ever look around at your office, though, and think what a unique opportunity this is for a business person?
Every day.
Baseball has been a part of Ng since she was a kid.
When you were playing stickball, were you the only girl out there playing with the boys?
I was, undoubtedly.
A college softball player at the University of Chicago, she got her start in the big leagues as a 21-year-old intern for the White Sox. She would go on to hold front office jobs for the Yankees and Dodgers. And after 15 years of applying for the job of general manager, the Marlins finally gave Ng her shot.
Everyone at the time of your hiring talked about how not just qualified you were, but overly qualified at that point you were for the position. I think that mattered if you were going to be the first.
No, I definitely paid my dues.
Yeah.
For sure. You know, should I have gotten the job earlier? Perhaps. Yeah, it's just the luck of the draw sometimes, right? And that's life.
Do you feel it more because you carry it for women also?
Yeah, I definitely feel that pressure. You know, when I read letters each day from young women or young girls, you know, you just keep thinking that you can't fail.
It's really important to hear those stories, talk to people, have people see us in our roles as much as possible. So, you know, the little kids can see themselves here.
And ultimately, for Ng and OConnor, it's about being part of the team.
Joe Torre was talking about you, and he said, she's just one of us. How important is that when you're working in an organization?
It's immensely important. Yeah, I think it's you know, says a lot about being one of the team. And, you know, you're willing to roll your sleeves up like anybody else. You're willing to get dirty like anybody else. And you will fight that fight with them every day.
For CBS Mornings, Dana Jacobson, Jupiter, Florida.
I love them. Putting the Marlins in a position to win as well.
15 years she applied for that job. 15 years. Congratulations.
They're both doing exactly where they need to be at the very right time. Bravo, bravo.